Now it is time. I really don't like Pete Buttigieg. I don't know if you dislike him as much as I do, but it's time for our bad segment. Let's take a look at this. But first, do we have our bad theme ready? Just 1 second.
Not good. Believe me, not good. No good. Really bad for you. Not good. Believe me, not good.
Oh, I hate that voice. Oh, God, I hate that voice.
I hear you. So, but I really don't like Pete Buttigieg. As Ryan Grimm points out in his excellent new book, in this past weekend's Illicit History, he said, we didn't talk about Buttigieg because we had important things to talk about, but he said, Pete Buttigieg is running this whole national campaign on the notion that he has some unique understanding of the Midwest. In Indiana, he's the mayor of the third largest city, and the only reason he's doing this ridiculous presidential run is because he absolutely will not be elected to Congress or the Senate from this Midwest that he supposedly has such a profound understanding of. And in addition to the narcissism and delusion of that, there are persistent and serious and highly disturbing signs of his records with regards to policing, civil rights, and gentrification. This is him being confronted by protesters in South Bend, and it is, this is quite the opposite of an FDR or a Lula.
I do not have evidence that there has been discipline for racist behavior in the case of one.
You running for president?
But if
You truly running for president and you black people to vote for you?
But if
You running for president and you want black people to vote for you? That's a downfall. That's not gonna happen.
I'm not asking for your vote.
You ain't gonna get it either.
Is that what you said? That's kind of, and by the way, I just want to add, Pete Buttigieg's answer has been that he is going to approach the DOJ, the Trump DOJ. The first thing that Jeff Sessions did was direct the DOJ to not do anything about police brutality across this country. So Buttigieg's answer is, as somebody pointed out on Twitter, the Democrats' power move, which is a sternly worded letter. Harvey, what do you think of that dynamic leadership that I've been hearing so much about from Pete Buttigieg right there?
Well, I don't get it. I don't get his candidacy to begin with.
Of course not. Yeah.
And there was a brief moment I thought he could be at least interesting. His father was a Gramsci scholar.
Right.
I thought, well, maybe we'll hear some interesting stuff. But I don't hear anything. Mm-mm. But I have to tell you that this is not to take us away from this bad moment, but it is the case that there were two people who I didn't get to begin with. It's him and Beto.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I can't figure them at all. And what this whole thing is. But so when you see this kind of confrontation, you think to yourself, if he can't even handle this, is it just that he can go on TV as a handsome young candidate? What's the deal?
Well, I don't even know about that. I was
trying to be nice.
I think the thing with him is that, but I think it's actually important. I think the McKinsey part of him is important. I think that this is a guy who's Harvard and McKinsey, and he is the perfect media candidate. And in some ways, Elizabeth Warren is too. Not to take from her, but I think purely Buttigieg, which is that he speaks to a narrow set of people whose obsession and self-definition is quote unquote smartness. So they get this big rush of the fact that he speaks different languages, that he has a certain pedigree, that he worked at McKinsey. And he knows how to speak and deliver to those people. And some of those people are part of the Democratic electorate. There is an affluent, that's, in fact, this is what these people have been catered to for decades in terms of, but how that translates to normal people of any category, I totally don't see.
No, that's what I mean. I don't understand.
I don't see it at all.
I can't understand. You say, I love when you say delusion. I think he's a delusional figure.
Yes.
To have but here's the other thing.
Or it's a necessity.
People kept saying, well, what are all those Republicans running for? Well, a seat on Fox News. Well, he's running for a seat on MSNBC.
Or a cabinet. or setting the tone.
Oh, like like Urban Affairs or whatever it's called these
something.
days.
Oh God, well that would
No,
be
well,
a nightmare.
Where else
That's
you
what
gonna put
Julian
him?
Castro. I mean, well, no, he clearly had. I think this is where he is delusional. I mean, obviously, I think his self-concept is bigger than that. You've just watched a Michael Brooks show video, and you can watch all of our full main live shows every Tuesday night at around 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and subscribe to get all of the clips you want. We're covering the globe. We're focusing on international relations, the intellectual dark web. We're having fun. We're doing deep dives with a lot of amazing guests. Of course, become a patron for the whole thing at patreon.com/TMBS, or subscribe to this YouTube channel and help us keep growing and get that content out there. Subscribe below.